Mental illnesses are health conditions that can affect the way a person feels, thinks, or behaves and can cause distress or difficulty functioning. Mental illnesses are fairly common, affecting approximately 1 in every 5 people. Many people with mental illnesses need additional support and/or treatment to feel and function better. Sometimes people are nervous or embarrassed talking with someone about their mental health concerns. Cultural beliefs and practices can be helpful to people with mental illnesses as they often provide opportunities for social connection and emotional support. At the same time, cultural understandings, beliefs, and messages can also contribute to stigma or negative beliefs related to mental illness and make people less likely to seek treatment. Within Latiné communities, there are some common messages or dichos that might contribute to mental illness stigma and discomfort in reaching out for help. Before we talk more, it's important to note that there is great diversity within Latiné communities. Some of the dichos we'll talk about more may not apply within your culture, while others may sound very familiar. If you've heard them before, think about what role these messages play in your life or your family members' lives. Maybe you've said them or had them said to you. Let's go forward and see. Dicho number 1, la ropa sucia se lava en casa, or don't air your dirty laundry in public. This message can be grounded in valid concerns about privacy, or it can reinforce the fear that if people knew about a person's mental health concerns, it could tarnish the family name or make people think there's something wrong with the individual. Latiné people may not seek or be dissuaded from seeking professional help because they either don't want people to find out that a stranger, that is, the therapist, is being told about private family matters. So even when mental health concerns are present and recognized within Latiné families, there's still a strong desire to keep this information private. It's important to understand that mental health professionals must abide by a strict code of confidentiality and aren't allowed to share information about anyone they're working with, except in a very limited and specific situations. It's also important to know that with proper support and treatment, individuals can recover from mental illness and live successful lives, so it's important for people to seek out and receive the support they need. Dicho number 2, yo no necesito ayuda, o yo puedo sola o solo, or I do not need help, I can do this alone. The Latiné community is often recognized for its self-resilience and pride. This can lead people to think that asking for help is a sign of weakness. As a result, some Latiné individuals may be reluctant to seek help when experiencing mental health concerns. Another way of thinking about this is that seeking mental health services is actually a sign of strength and resilience. Seeking services means you're ready to face your challenges head on and willing to work to find new strategies for coping and taking care of yourself. People who engage in mental health services are showing courage and self-preservation. Remember, Dios ayuda a quienes se ayudan a sí mismos. Dicho number 3. Eso se va con un remedio casero, or a home remedy will make that go away. Natural and spiritual healing methods are rooted in home remedies and practices that originate in Catholicism, indigenous or native rituals, African rituals, and ceremonies, and more. They are often passed down from generation to generation, and there is a lot of evidence showing the benefits of these approaches to supporting someone's mental health. However, these methods alone may not be able to address all the needs of someone with mental illness. Sometimes individuals don't reach out for additional help because they are relying solely on traditional remedies. These rituals and practices are often most helpful when they're combined with professional support to provide comprehensive care. Dicho number 4, yo no estoy loca o loco, or I'm not crazy. In the Latiné culture, people with mental health concerns are often labeled as loca or loco or crazy by other members of their family or community. Mental illness can be interpreted as an individual who's emotionally unstable, violent, or scary. They can also be associated with brujeria, supernatural influences, or spiritual punishment. Alternatively, sometimes mental health symptoms are believed to be made up for attention or seen as not being real. Mental health symptoms are definitely real, and they can impact someone's thinking, emotions, and behaviors. Sometimes, if a person is experiencing a more serious mental illness, their behavior or thinking may seem odd, but this doesn't mean they're crazy or possessed. They can benefit from treatment and they can recover. This is why it's so important for families to support their family members with mental health concerns, to seek support from mental health professionals so they can feel better, think more clearly, and function at their best. While these dichos are based on long-standing cultural beliefs and messages, they can also negatively impact someone with a mental illness. Ideally, positive and supportive cultural practices can enhance the lives of people with mental illnesses while also integrating professional services and supports. People with mental illnesses and their families do not need to feel ashamed. Recovery from mental illness is possible with support from family, community, cultural, and spiritual practices, and professional services and treatment. When you hear these dichos, use them as an opportunity to educate and help others learn more about mental illness and positive ways of supporting people with mental illness. If you or a family member experiences a mental illness, you can learn more about recovery by visiting the Hispanic and Latino Behavioral Health Center of Excellence, the National Alliance for Mental Illness, or NAMI, and or the National Family Support Technical Assistance Center.